parents and our community. I also have invited another observer. She is right next to Evelyn Genesis to be here uh, with us today. So you're gonna have another member in the wellness center with Evelyn.
También hoy, ya saben que yo y Evelyn trabajamos muy bien en equipo juntos. Hoy tengo una invitada especial también, es Genesis, que vamos a tener otra compañera ahí en el centro de bienestar.
So with all of that, I think right now we have about 29 participants in our Zoom. Evelyn is already putting us on live on Facebook. So,
Ahorita con nosotros tenemos como 28 participantes en el Zoom y ahorita estamos live en Facebook.
okay. So are you ready to get our meeting started?
¿Están listos para la junta? Yes.
Okay. So welcome again. This meeting is for everyone who is able to join us on Zoom or live on Facebook at 9 a.m. If any parents who are not able to make the 9 a.m., we have another meeting that will be running the same way, same information.
Okay. Would you like to take a small break for the announcements, Michelle? Okay. Vamos a tomar un momentito para los anuncios, perdone.
Good morning, Centurion. It's Wacky Wednesday, the 1st of September. Can't believe we made it to August. I think we all said it's still a bit wacky, but good news, you're halfway through the week. Building 400, UCLA, and Century 2.
Señorita Evelyn, no se escucha.
Hola, señora Rosario, estamos tomando un pequeño break porque están haciendo los anuncios de la escuela.
Ok.
Gracias por su paciencia.
Ok.
good to go, Michelle.
Okay, so I think she is done. That was our morning announcement.
Ok, se acaban de acabar los anuncios de la mañana de la escuela. So, vamos a continuar con la junta.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Our agenda for today is quite long. It's just informational and just wanted to let you know of the resources that we have on our campus and some of the things that we would like for you to participate to support our students for the school year.
So, vamos a continuar con la junta de hoy. Nuestra agenda es un poco larga hoy, pero queríamos que ustedes conocieran los servicios que tenemos, los recursos para los muchachos para apoyarlos.
Okay. So first of all, I want to thank you for enrolling your students at Century High School because you have trusted our staff, our community to raise your children at school by enrolling your students here.
Primero quiero empezar y darles el agradecimiento a todos ustedes por tener la confianza en nosotros de poder ayudar a sus alumnos.
And we hope that you continue to share how great Century High School is with all your family and friends so that they can also enroll their students at our school at Century High School.
Y deseo que ustedes puedan compartir de todas las cosas buenas en la escuela Century con sus amigos, con sus familiares, para que ellos aprendan lo bueno que son.
Please let everyone know that we are still enrolling students for the school year 2021-2022. And if any students who would like to join us at Century High School, just tell them to call 714-568-7000 and we will enroll your students right away.
So, sepan que todavía estamos aceptando inscripciones en Century y si hay alguien que está interesado en venir a la escuela Century, pueden llamar a la oficina. Ahí se mira el número, pero es el 714-568-7000.
Next slide is talking about communication. Evelyn and I, every week, we are making all of our effort to make sure we send you all the resources and updates about school on Sunday before 5 p.m. every Sunday. This communication will be sent to you via multiple media such as Parent Square, Facebook, Instagram, and they are both in English and Spanish. The template looks like the ones on the screen that you see, but the message changes every week. So please stay tuned and look out for those communications so that we can participate or you can encourage your students to participate in many different activities on our campus and take a good active role on our campus.
Lo que están mirando en la pantalla se trata de la comunicación que tenemos de la escuela. Cada domingo sale esa comunicación por diferentes avenidas, ya sea por Parent Square, la aplicación que estamos usando de comunicación del distrito, sale por las redes sociales, Instagram, Facebook, y no nomás se le va a ustedes padres, pero la comunicación se manda a los alumnos y a todo el personal de Century para que todos estemos en la misma página de los eventos y los recursos que hay aquí en la escuela.
And in these newsletters, we usually share with you information about school-wide activities. And Evelyn also have other resources that she will keep you up so that you can feel that this is a hub where you can find information, get the resources that you need, or basically just connect with her so that she can share with you all the information that she has at her center.
En estos anuncios compartimos con ustedes también eventos que están pasando en la escuela, pero también el Centro de Bienestar tiene una porción donde compartimos recursos y les dejamos saber lo que estamos haciendo, lo que hay disponible para sus familias.
One of the examples that we would like to share with you today is the Medi-Cal Monday. Evelyn, can you talk about it on the next slide?
Definitely. So, una de las cosas que quisiéramos hablar con ustedes hoy es sobre lunes de medical. Es algo que está ocurriendo en el Centro de Bienestar empezando septiembre 13, como miran en la pantalla, y se va a retomar cada mes. Cada mes va a diferir diferentes temas en el centro relacionados a medical, lo que es los beneficios, cómo aplicar, y quién califica. So, si tienen cualquier pregunta sobre medical, lo que puede hacer usted para poder acudir a los beneficios completamente, por favor, empezamos septiembre 13 y va a ser una vez al mes. Si necesitan cualquier información, ya saben que yo estoy disponible para ustedes. So, in terms of Medical Monday, first comes to Wellness Center in September. As you see on screen, it starts on September 13th, and it's going to be once a month continuing. We're going to be talking about different topics regarding Medi-Cal. First and foremost, who qualifies for Medi-Cal, what kind of benefits you are able to receive with Medi-Cal, where you can go, and a few other things. We have a very great presenter that's part of our team that has her Medi-Cal license and is able to help out with applications and also go ahead and give you more of that one-on-one support. So if you have any question about Medi-Cal, please feel free to join in. It's going to be virtually through Zoom. Y va a ser virtual, va a ser por Zoom. So ahí pueden tomarle una foto a la página ahorita. You can take a screenshot of the photo of the flyer right now. It's going to be through Zoom. That way you have that information. Continuing on the next slide, since it's my portion, we're going to be speaking on the Wellness Center. So we also have Technology Hour. We went ahead and offered Technology Hour every single week this past month. Just like our kids, we knew that our parents also needed to get the toolkits in their tool belt to be able to support our students academically. So as you see there, we covered the basics of data confirmation, which is really popular over the summer, which is the administration we needed to do. We covered ARIES, we covered emails. The last one coming tomorrow is Parent Square. It's not going to be the last time we offer this. We're going to still continue to provide one-on-one support for all of those topics, but the workshops will be once a month going forward. También les quiero compartir en la pantalla lo que hemos estado haciendo en los centros de bienestar. Hemos estado ofreciendo horas de oficina de tecnología. Empezó el año en agosto y sabíamos que como los muchachos también se tenían que preparar para este año, los padres, los guardianes también tenían que agregar herramientas a sus interfaces. Pues hicimos talleres de confirmación de datos, que fue la registración en el verano. Hicimos talleres de ARIES, donde pueden ver las calificaciones de los muchachos. Hicimos talleres de correo electrónicos y el último que sigue va a ser para mañana y va a ser en Parent Square, que es la comunicación de todos los anuncios. No va a ser la última vez que se ofrecen talleres ni la última vez de recibir apoyo. Vamos a seguir dando ayuda uno a uno. So, si necesitan alguna de estas aplicaciones para poder apoyar a sus alumnos, pueden hablarnos. Pero sí, los talleres ya de ahora en adelante van a continuar más una vez al mes. Y me parece que esta es la última pantalla que yo tengo, pero también tenemos al grupo de padres líderes en Century. Este grupo es abierto para todos en la escuela de poder ser un parte de apoyo de la escuela y de los alumnos. Ahorita estamos virtualmente, así que nos estamos viendo por Zoom. Es un poco diferente a cuando veníamos, podíamos ayudar físicamente con los eventos de la escuela. Pero sí nos estamos enfocando en la parte que se dice que ser parte del Padres Liderazgos de Century es representante de la escuela de Century. So, estamos tratando de crear oportunidades de los padres líderes y ustedes como comunidad de poder conocer a personas que trabajan con ustedes. Hay a lo mejor personas o recursos que no aplican para ustedes, pero es bueno saber que hay este apoyo para los alumnos. Los alumnos cuando miran a un padre líder en la escuela, ahí los empiezan a ver mucho, también lo miran como representante de alguien que nos pueda apoyar. So, es bueno saber que hay esa persona, que hay ese recurso, que alguien un día me... So I believe this is one of my last slides, but here is the parent leadership team meeting flyer. We're meeting virtually, so it's a little different from when we used to come in person and help out with events and do other things to support our students. But now that we're virtual, we're really focusing on the part of the Century parent leaders being a representative of Century High School. We're creating opportunities for families to be able to meet those people on campus that work with their students. Because as a parent leader, when you're on campus or you're out in the community, we have a lot of parent leaders who support our kids in the community. You're a representative of Century High School, and if a child, a student, or a parent, when you're talking to them, ever ask you for help, as a parent leader, you're gonna know who provides that support on campus. You're gonna have an idea of what kind of support we have. So the meetings are every Tuesday at 9 a.m. for now via Zoom. Again, if you would like to have any information, please feel free to reach out to me and I will send you that, I will text you that information to make sure that you get it. Sí, no me acuerdo si ya lo dije, pero todas las juntas son cada martes a las 9 a.m. Si necesitan que yo les dé esa información, me pueden mandar un mensaje y yo les texteo la información para asegurarme que les llegue a tiempo. And then, Michelle, would you like to do our back to school night?
Yes. So the next one is our back to school night meeting, which is tomorrow. The official time for back to school night is at 5:45. And during that time from 5:45 to 6, we will walk you through the process of how to go to back to school night virtually so that from 6 to 7 p.m. you can start visiting your students' classes. There's no set time. You can just click on every period that your student has and then just go through the Zoom and meet the teachers. One very special meeting that we would like to invite you to be part of is a Title I parent meeting, which happens from 5 to 5:40. So if you have time tomorrow from 5 to 7, I would like to invite you to be on this Zoom so that we can share with you information about Title I school and how to visit the classrooms virtually for back to school night. It's the same link, Zoom link on the flyer.
Ok, so aquí lo que miran en la pantalla, nuestro folleto de noche de regreso a clases. Ese evento va a ser mañana de 5:45 a 7, pero algo muy importante que va a pasar ese mismo día a las 5 es la reunión de título 1 padres aquí en la escuela. So si tienen tiempo de 5 a 7 mañana de unirse al Zoom, los invito, muy bienvenidos y espero verlos ahí de 5 a 7. Va a ser algo donde vamos a estar en un Zoom, vamos a estar haciéndonos y luego vamos a poder hacer clases virtuales. Es el mismo Zoom que miran ahí en el folleto y también programé un recordatorio que va a venir a su celular mañana. Entonces, esperen esa llamada y ese mensaje. Mission, I just want to remind the parents I programmed an alert for them for tomorrow, so just be on the lookout for that phone call and that text message to be able to access the meeting here.
Yes, yes. So it's the same link. It's a Zoom. If you have time at 5, great, join us. If you have time at 5:15, that's okay. Come join us and learn about many different things that we have to present and share with you in regards to Title I and how to attend your back to school night. This flyer is also on social media, everywhere that we have, also on the website. If you have any questions, just let us know, but we really hope that you get a time to visit the teacher Zooms tomorrow.
Si no pueden entrar exactamente a las 5, pueden entrar como a las 5:15 en adelante. Por favor, bienvenidos a cuando ustedes puedan atender al evento. Ya saben que este folleto está en todas las redes sociales, en todo donde ponemos anuncios. Y si tienen alguna pregunta, ya saben que pueden hablar con nosotros en la oficina.
And for Friday, because we have the back to school night on Thursday, Friday will be an early release bell schedule. And we have included the bell schedule right there. The students will be done at school at 1:09 on Friday. So they have an early 3-day weekend.
Lo que están viendo en la pantalla es el horario de viernes. Viernes va a ser día modificado, así que los alumnos van a salir temprano. Los alumnos ahí se mira que salen a la 1:09 el viernes. Se van a poder empezar su fin de semana de 3 días temprano.
And the next slide that we have right here is the introduction of all of our counselors for this school year. In the past, we have 4 counselors and a higher ed coordinator, Ms. Sanchez, but now we have a total of 6 counselors and Ms. Sanchez at the higher ed center. So I want you to take a look at this flyer and find out who your counselor would be, because there's some changes in terms of the last names and where your counselors will be. So just look for it. If your student last name is A through CI, that Ms. Rubalcaba. And if your last name CL to GE, then Ms. Ortega. And then Miss Hegert is for last name go to low. And, you know, if you are last name Lu to Pa, then Miss Vasquez. We have last name PE to Sanchez. That would be Mr. De Jesus. And last and not least, if you have last name Sandoval to Z, that's Miss Andrade. And for all the seniors, you're about to go to college, about to apply for FAFSA, financial aid, scholarship, all of those, I want you to go to Miss Sanchez.
So, lo que están mirando en la pantalla ahorita son una introducción a nuestros consejeros aquí de la Escuela Century. Esa es información muy importante para ustedes tener. Antes nomás teníamos 4 consejeros y una coordinadora de educación alta, pero ahora son 6 consejeros, agarramos 2 más y Sánchez. So, ahí lo que miran, cada consejero se encarga de diferentes como apellidos o categorías de apellidos, o si miran si su apellido está entre las letras a la C, I, les toca Ms. Rubalcaba. Si el apellido de su estudiante está entre C, L, A, G, E, les toca la consejera Vega. De G, O, a L, O es Ms. Higart. De L, U, a P, A es Ms. Vázquez. El señor de Jesús tiene los apellidos que están P, E, a Sánchez. Y Ms. Andrade, la consejera, tiene de los apellidos Sandoval a la letra Z. Para todos los alumnos que estén en el grado 12, un recurso muy importante es Ms. Sánchez. Ella se encarga de aplicaciones de colegio, se encarga de dinero para el colegio, a todo lo que tenga que ver con estas aplicaciones y este apoyo. Eso es muy importante que ustedes tengan si quieren tomarle una.
Okay. So I'm just going to do a little quiz to make sure you follow because it's hard for us every day. So I'm going to call out some names. Who wants to tell me who your student's counselor is? I see 3 cameras on. If you don't mind, I pick on you. How about I'll start with Miss Bautista because I kind of work with her a lot. Miss Cecilia Bautista, who is your child's counselor?
Miss Rubalcaba.
Why is that?
I'm sorry?
Why is Miss Rubalcaba?
Because my daughter, her last name is Alcocer.
Coster?
Alcocer.
Alcocer.
A. So she started with the letter A.
Yeah, so perfect. I was thinking Bautista, but it's a different last name. You got
Yeah. No, my daughters are Alcocer.
it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And who
You're welcome.
else would like to participate? Ms. Lopez? Do
Let me
Yeah?
translate for you, Mission.
Okay, please.
Estoy haciendo unas preguntas para ver si, porque hay mucha información que le estamos dando. So, si pueden decir, si yo llamo su nombre, ¿cuál es el consejero de su alumno viendo lo que está viendo en la pantalla ahorita?
Yeah, okay. So can I have a volunteer to tell me who your, oh, look, in the chat, we have Miss Chow. Your student's last name is Ramos, and you say Mr. De Jesus is your child's counselor. That's perfect. And I have another parent say that Miss Ortega is your child's perfect counselor. Perfect. So that's what we want you to go by. So just know that if you have any questions about your students' performance, anything, know your counselor, because if you know them, they're like, at our school, we kind of joke saying that the counselors are their school mom or school dad. So just make sure you connect with that person so that we can have your students taken care of at school.
So, si tienen cualquier pregunta sobre lo académico de su estudiante, cómo es que están yendo a la escuela, sus mejores amigos, ustedes van a ser los consejeros. Es muy importante que ustedes reconozcan a los consejeros, que sepan que tenemos como una broma aquí en Century que dice que los consejeros son como la mamá y papá de escuela de los muchachos, porque ellos se encargan de todo, de que estén bien en la escuela, sus clases, todo lo académico.
Una pregunta.
Dígame, Miss Gaby.
Como mi hijo es de la letra A, es Arroyo, su consejera es Miss Rubalcaba.
Sí.
Y él está en el programa de Early College. Para
Ajá.
Early College se dirige con Miss Vázquez.
Oh, buena pregunta, Miss Gaby. Le voy a traducir a Michelle para que ella la pueda responder. Michelle, her son, last name starts with A, but he is part of early college. Does he direct the questions about early college to Ms. Vasquez?
Well, that means that your son is lucky. He has two school moms. You can go to Miss Rubalcaba or you can go to Miss Vasquez. It doesn't matter. The counselors work very closely together and they are a great team. They support one another. So your child is lucky that instead of having one counselor, you have two. You can go to
Dice que su muchacho tiene mucha suerte, que en vez de tener una mamá de escuela tiene dos. So, las dos trabajan juntas, so, así que puede acudir a Ms. Rubalcaba o a Ms. Vázquez.
Ok, entonces en cada programa que está es diferente consejero.
Sí, tendrían más personas apoyándolo.
Sí, muchas gracias.
Sí, Ms. Gaby.
So I love that question because now you started thinking who your counselor is. That's the whole intention. That's awesome. So the next thing that we kind of wanted to share with you is we always want you to be part of our team in order to make sure that your students are successful, and your involvement, your participation will be very helpful. Evelyn and I started this program we call Grade Check Thursday last year, and we want to continue to encourage you to check for grades, to check your student grades every Thursday, so that you can be more involved in knowing how your students are doing.
So, esta pantalla que están viendo es nosotros incluyendo a todos ustedes que sean parte de nuestro equipo. Es una campaña que empezamos el año pasado aquí en Century, que se llama Revisa Aries los jueves, que es donde todos los jueves pueden sentarse con sus alumnos y pueden revisar las calificaciones y hacer ciertas preguntas para continuar apoyando a los estudiantes y motivándolos a hacer mejor.
And one of the things that we wanted you to be part of the child's learning is not to want you to know all the math problems or know how to solve chemistry problems. We don't want you to know any of those. We just wanted you to talk with your students. You know, either you are cooking together, you're doing folding laundry together, or even go shopping, grocery shopping together. We just want you to simply check in with the students and say, how's school today? Are you having any trouble with your classes? Are you having too many assignments that you can keep up? Or how is everything? Did you have any missing assignments or any subject that you are behind? Can your teacher help you out? Just kind of have a conversation every Thursday as like a reminder that this is where you are gonna have, just kind of check on your students. We don't expect you to know everything in there, just kind of have a conversation so that they know that you care. And that's just like a reminder to tell your students to go back in class and get help if they need to.
So, a revisar Aries los jueves, no necesariamente es como padres saber hacer los problemas de matemáticas, no necesariamente saber las tareas de los alumnos, sino nomás queremos que lo vea como una oportunidad cuando esté con sus hijos los jueves, o también puede ser cualquier día, pero nosotros estamos enfocando en los jueves, es hacerles preguntas como ¿cómo te va en la escuela? ¿Qué maestro te asigna más tarea? ¿O qué tareas tienes? O preguntarles cómo lo están haciendo correctamente para que siga ese apoyo.
Okay. So there is no reason that it has to be on Thursday. It could be Monday, could be Tuesday, could be any day of the week that you have this conversation with your students. But we wanted to make sure that we communicate a day so that you are automatically reminded. Like for example, Mondays is when we are having release day, early release day. So we just go Monday. And Thursday is great check because most of our teachers give out quizzes on Friday. quizzes and tests on Friday.
So, no tiene que ser exactamente los jueves, puede ser lunes, pero la razón que lo pusimos jueves es porque es como una alarma, ¿verdad? Cuando pensamos de lunes, automáticamente pensamos todo día modificado. Así jueves, cuando llegue jueves, automáticamente queremos pensar, es tiempo de hablar con el estudiante, tiempo de revisar Eric. Y también es una oportunidad para revisarlo porque muchos de nuestros maestros dan exámenes o dan preguntas como test los viernes.
So we just make it a campaign. So every Thursday, everyone, you're gonna remember Thursday, you're gonna talk to your students about their homework assignments and their grades. Mondays, just know they come home early and they have lunch with you. And that's just how we do our campaigns at school.
So recuerden revisar los calificaciones los jueves.
And the next item we wanted to share with you is about safety protocols. I wanted to commend you for doing such a great job teaching your students that wearing a mask in school and especially indoors is super important. We have all of our students, 100% of them comply to this request. They wear their mask while they in the classroom. As soon as I saw you dropping off the student in front of our school, they started putting on their mask. They are doing so well to make sure that everyone is safe. So I want to thank you for your effort at home on encouraging students to wear masks.
So quisiera darles las gracias de motivar a nuestros estudiantes a usar las mascarillas cuando están en la escuela. 100% de nuestros estudiantes están usándolas y están siguiendo los protocolos. Yo los miro cuando ustedes los vienen a dejar a la escuela. Cuando se bajan al carro, vienen llegando, se ponen su mascarilla luego. So les quiero decir gracias por todos sus esfuerzos en ayudarnos a mantener a todos seguros.
And encourage them to keep up that good work, making sure everyone is safe with the mask wearing indoors.
Y síganos motivándolos para que sigan con el buen trabajo de usar las mascarillas cuando están adentro.
So last week we have a couple of students who were tested positive, and we had to send a few students home to quarantine. I just wanted to let you know that when the students are sent home to quarantine, please make sure the student actually quarantine by staying at home and not to participate or go to any games or any school events. Even if it's outdoor, we still wanted the students to stay home and be safe and make sure everyone around us is safe as well.
So, la semana anterior sí tuvimos algunos casos de muchachos que testearon positivos para COVID y unos muchachos fueron mandados a la casa para hacer la cuarentena. So, es muy importante que durante ese tiempo a los alumnos o los estudiantes les pide que se queden en casa y que no los manden a actividades escolares para poder proteger a todos.
So if you get that phone call and say your child's supposed to quarantine, please make sure you do everything you can to keep that student away from school and especially public places.
So, si reciben una llamada así, similar a esta, que sus muchachos no tienen que hacer la cuarentena, por favor, manténgalos fuera de cosas, actividades escolares y fuera de lugares públicos.
Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es Susana López. Tengo una pregunta sobre el test que les van a hacer. ¿Eso se lo van a hacer cada semana o cada cuándo?
Déjenme traducir la pregunta, Ms. Susana. Ms. Shen, there's a question regarding the COVID test. If it's going to be weekly, what kind of test it's going to be. Do you have any information?
That information right now, I haven't had all the details. As soon as I have more details in terms of logistics on how we're gonna get the student tested, where on our campus, what time to what time, who's the contact person, I haven't had all those details down. Once I have those, I will make sure that you are aware of the details so we can get that going for our community.
So, no me han llegado esos detalles sobre cuánto va a ser, a qué horas va a ser o quién es la persona de contacto. So, no tengo todos los detalles sobre eso que va a venir, esos detalles. So, cuando tengo yo más información, yo les voy a dejar saber. Esta información que nos saben cuándo, quién va a ser y cómo lo van a hacer, la logística.
Ok, porque eso se lo van a hacer a todos los alumnos, ¿verdad? Porque mi hijo ya está vacunado, ya tiene las 2 dosis. Por eso, o sea, no más quería saber. Y me dijo que se lo iban a hacer con la saliva.
Oh, sí. So déjeme traducir. So yeah, just some concerns because you know her son is vaccinated and they heard there's just the rumors going on that it might be saliva, you know, not everyone has a reaction.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that very well. Evelyn, can you say that again for me?
Yeah, so it's just some concerns. She mentioned her son already has the 2 doses, so she's just wondering if that's gonna affect anything, him getting tested every day or weekly, whatever it's going to be. And also, just wondering because there's just word going out and they don't. She was.
Well, I understand your concern. We are working very hard on iron out all the details. I promise you, as soon as I have the information, I can either call for a meeting to inform everyone, or we're gonna do flyers and with more details, and we're gonna blast it out everywhere in the social media, so you are in the loop, and you can get that service as soon as possible.
So, entiendo las preocupaciones y las preguntas que tengan, pero les prometo que cuando yo tenga todos los detalles, los vamos a dejar saber. Ya sea podemos llamar una junta para reunirnos otra vez y ver los detalles y también poner cosas en las redes sociales, hacerlo accesibles a todos ustedes para que ustedes tengan la información que necesitan.
Ok, muchísimas gracias.
Gracias, Ms. Susana.
Gracias.
Evelyn, we also have some hands up.
Oh, yes. We have Ms. Perla, you've had your hand up for some time, and Ms. Cecilia can go next.
Yes, hi. My question was about the counselors because my daughter, she had Mr. Machaca, and then it was Miss Maria de Jesus, I believe, when we did the registration process. And now it's this other person. Is that the new counselor that came in?
What is your daughter's last name?
Fuentes.
Fuentes?
Yes. So be Miss Vanessa Ortega, right?
Fuentes
Because
is,
she has Miss Vasquez because she's in the early college program.
so
But her,
yeah, she's gonna have Mr. De Jesus. And is your student in any special other program? Because, you know, every student, they have one counselor. In some cases, they have 2 because of the academies and all that.
yeah, the early college program. So she has Miss Vasquez.
Yes,
But I just noticed that Maria de Jesus is no longer a counselor, or I don't see her here. That's why I was just concerning. Is she still a counselor, or is Vanessa gonna take over for her?
Mr. De Jesus is still here, but Mr. Menchaca has moved school.
Yeah, it was Maria de Jesus, right? It was a lady.
Roberto De Jesus.
No, the one that took over Mr. Menchaca was
Her-
Maria de Jesus, if I'm not mistaken.
Maria Jose. MJ.
Oh, Maria Jose. Okay.
Yeah. So Ms. MJ took over from Ms. Menchaca, but since we got new counselors, the office that got rearranged again.
Okay, so her new counselor will be Miss Vanessa Ortega. And that started like
this
today?
year. Yeah, this year. But
Oh,
this, you know, that's the assigned counselor, but that doesn't mean that's the only counselor you can go to. They work very well together. They are great. If let's say you come in the office and you don't see your counselor and you feel comfortable with Ms. Vasquez, her door is open. We have an open door policy and we are very proud of that. So if you don't like Ms. Vasquez, you like, let's say, Ms. Rubalcaba, please go in as well. Like, we all working together. Even though we do them this way so that the students know exactly who to go to. But if they're not comfortable, go to any counselors. We have everyone here to support.
okay. Thank you very much. I was just had that question because I didn't see her there, and I'm like, so is she gonna be another counselor, or she just new?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Ms. Cecilia, ¿tiene una pregunta?
Sí, buenos días. Yo tengo una pregunta acerca del COVID. Ah, mi pregunta es, cuando ustedes se dan cuenta que un estudiante resultó positivo, y sí, yo me di cuenta de alguien que conozco que no es que el niño salió positivo, pero el papá salió positivo. Y aún así, a lo que yo sé, que la enfermera de Century dijo que estaba bien, que él podía seguir yendo a la escuela. ¿Eso es correcto? O para mí lo más, bueno, yo pienso, ¿verdad? Que lo mejor sería que el estudiante, aun cuando no es positivo, se quedara en su casa.
Okay, Ms. Ceci. Déjeme traducirle a Michelle. So, Michelle, there's a question regarding COVID and the positive cases. In terms of an example that she found out, there was a student who had tested negative, or he was negative for COVID, but there was someone at the home, the father, who had a positive test. However, he was told that he was still allowed back on campus. So she would just like to know how those cases are handled, because the child was still allowed on campus, but even though there was positive.
That's not true. Maybe there's a miscommunication somewhere. If the student is tested positive, the student is sent home immediately. And we usually ask the parents in our community are very good at keeping the students at home. If they see the students with symptoms, they also call and and ask questions in our office. My student has some symptoms today. What do I do? Then we just say keep the student at home, and we wanted to make sure that the parents do the screening at home. In some cases, when the student is tested positive, that's what we found out when the student was at home. And then they call in and say, hey, my student got tested positive. When that's the case, we wanted to trace back to find out what day the student was here last and who were the other students that was around that student and whether or not they have been vaccinated and what we can do. We have to go to a lot of details before we call home to the parent and say, you need to keep your students at home to quarantine. So there is multiple layers of work that needs to get done before we call home and say your student needs to be quarantined, or we can just say the student is clear to come back. So there is no positive cases that our parents, our community, or even us at the school would allow a positive case on our campus and continue with their day.
So, la pregunta puede ser que a lo mejor hubo alguna miscomunicación, pero cuando alguien está positivo de COVID no puede entrar a la escuela. En los casos que hemos hallado que han salido positivos es cuando los padres están haciendo un buen trabajo de revisando los síntomas de los muchachos y avisándonos que tienen COVID, se quedan en casa, no llegan a la escuela. No hemos tenido algún caso dentro de la escuela que estemos con el personal o los niños positivos de COVID, pero hay muchas avenidas, muchos procesos que debemos tomar antes de hacer esas llamadas y antes de mandarles esa notificación de que fueron expuestos al COVID.
No, lo que dice la señora, lo que yo le entendí,
Yeah.
es que dice que si su mamá vamos a decir que si su mamá salió positiva y el alumno está yendo a la escuela.
Okay. So,
A eso se refiere como sí, no señora, a eso se refiere a usted, que el papá del niño salió positivo, pero el niño está negativo, pero a eso se refiere, ¿no?
está en mute, Ms. Ceci. Gracias, Ms. Rosario. Ms. Cecilia, está en mute.
Okay, gracias. Okay, Michelle, now my question was like, I'm not talking about that the student is positive. I was talking about if one of the parents is positive. For me, I think it's not okay to send the kids to school. But what I know, I mean, it's a friend of mine that she told me that the husband came up positive. So she called the school. I told her to call the school right away and go get her son because it was like before 12, I think. So I told her, like, it's better not. I didn't know if the son was negative or positive. She was sure that the husband was positive. So she called the school, and the nurse told her that it was okay to leave the son right there until, I mean, he finished all the day at school. And I was like, no, that's not okay. What if the son is positive, you know? So, I mean, it was my recommendation just to go get your son, because we don't want the sixth period. I mean, I don't want your son being on the sixth period with other students. But that was why it was my question, that why the nurse says that it's okay the son stay at school, even if he's not positive. I mean, he has his parent. One of the parents was positive, so I say it's better if they keep them at home, not at school.
Well, I will have to look into that case, and maybe I can give you a call back, Ms. Bautista, so that I can kind of investigate a little bit onto the case so that I can have more facts and will share more with you. I am not aware of the situation. I misunderstood your question earlier, but let me look into it, and then we can discuss at another time, or I can just call you directly and share with you.
Yeah, and I was we're gonna have a meeting pretty soon, right, with the district. So I think it's better, like, the whole district, just to remind as a parent, if we have someone in the house living with the students, it came up positive, just don't send the students to school. Just keep them at home. It's better, I think, and it's safer for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna discourage or encourage you to voice your opinion, but if you go to those meetings and it's the time for you to speak up, I would encourage you to share your mind and share your thinking. But in that particular case, in regards to Century parent and Century student, I want to get some more time so that I can look into the situation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should we also have one more hand raised? Would you like to take the question, or would you like to wait till the end?
Because we are live on Facebook, I want to finish the information, and then we'll take the question at the end so that the parents who have to watch this information session doesn't have to go through more than 1 hour. So I would like to ask Ms. Fernandez to hold on to her questions or comments, and then I will finish the PowerPoint really quickly, and then we can be offline for questions.
Thank you, Michelle. So, vamos a continuar la presentación porque así lo estamos grabando y estamos en vivo en Facebook para que los padres que lo estén viendo más un ratito tengan acceso a toda la junta. Pero no se olviden de sus preguntas, Ms. Fernández, no se olvide de su pregunta. En un momento le abrimos otra vez, ¿ok?
So the next information is about dress code. Mr. Michael, who is our assistant principal of discipline, have been meeting with the students to talk about dress code and discipline procedures. At this point, we are very pleased with all of our students for displaying positive attitude towards school, trying their best to keep all the rules. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you that was been shared with the students is about the dress code. Right here on the screen, you would see that these are the areas of the body that we want all students to be able to cover. So we've seen a lot of students have been wearing like crop top, which is a trendy clothes right now for many students, or maybe shorts that are a little too short or things like that. So we just wanted to show you that we would like for the students to cover from the shoulders, the strap is okay from up here all the way to their a little like 3-4 inches above their knee. The crop top may seem a little bit inappropriate and a distraction for the students. So we wanted to make sure that the students look professional, represent our Century High School well in the sense that they are dressing professionally to go to school. They're wearing a t-shirt, that's fine, it's still professional because they are students, but we just wanted to make sure that the students are safe, feeling free to express themselves, but also making sure that the clothing is appropriate for the school setting.
Lo que miran en la pantalla son los protocolos de vestuario de los alumnos. Sé que ahorita las modas hay de usar los crop tops, las blusitas cortas, pero sí queremos enforzar que los niños se vengan más profesionales y representen a ellos mismos y hacer de una manera positiva. Queremos que se puedan expresar, pero ahí están viendo las áreas del vestuario que queremos que cubran. So, si miran ahí las playeritas, los shorts o las faldas tienen que estar como de 3 a 4 pulgadas arriba de la rodilla. Ahí se miran más ejemplos que vamos a estar usando aquí en la escuela.
Okay. So the next slide of information is on attendance. We really wanted to make sure that our students show to school every day on time and attend the school on time every day. Attendance is important because, you know, that's when the instruction happens. That's when the students have the opportunity to collaborate with each other, learn with the teachers, learn from the teachers, have all of these wonderful social interactions. So please have the students be at the school at 7:55 every morning because the first period starts at 8. So 8 o'clock, we want our students to be in their seat, ready to learn. And we want to encourage you to make sure you just go to school a little bit earlier so that the students can be in class at 8 o'clock every day and encourage the students to be in school every day.
So, ahorita estamos hablando sobre la tendencia de la escuela. Los estudiantes tienen que estar listos para aprender a las 8 a.m. Tienen que estar en sus salones. Ahorita han estado haciendo buen trabajo en teniendo pensamientos positivos de la escuela, pero queremos que sí empiecen a comenzar más temprano para cuando ya sean las 8 estén, para que no se pierdan de nada de la escuela, de hacer esas conexiones con los maestros, esas conexiones con sus compañeros también.
And the next slide is the library. You know that we are now in person. The students are learning in the school, seeing the teachers every day, seeing our staff every day. But I wanted to remind you that the library is still open for the students. The physical library is still under construction, but Ms. Wright and Yolanda are in the band room, making sure that every student has the opportunity to check out a working Chromebook, a hotspot if they need to, and any technology needs that they need. That's the band room that they can always go to make sure that they have everything they need for the school. Even though we are in person, technology is still important for them to do their work and use a textbook on there. So just a reminder, please have them see Ms. Wright for any technology needs or anything related to the library.
Aunque estemos ya en persona en la escuela, todavía queremos recordarle que está el recurso de la librería para los estudiantes. Si necesitan cualquier ayuda técnica o si tienen problemas con tecnología, es muy importante que vayan. Ahí está Miss Wright y Miss Yolanda apoyando a los estudiantes porque necesitan la tecnología para poder completar sus tareas. Todavía está este recurso disponible ahí en la pantalla. Pueden ver la información de los días y las fechas que están abiertos.
So that information is on the flyer. And the next thing is on Youth Right Free Pass. Evelyn?
Yeah. All right. So la información ahí está en el folleto, but let me go ahead and switch over to the Youth Right Free Pass. This is a really great resource for students who are ages 6 to 18. So it would be every student from ages 6 to 18 qualifies for this resource to get a free OctoPass that will be valid from September to February 28th. They're gonna get, it's a different one, it's a little yellow one that says it's for youth and it's for ages 6 to 18. We have to make sure that only the youth are using it because it can be revoked. But the easiest way that they can get access to this pass is if they come to the Wellness Center. I'm available to be there Tuesday and Thursday after school. They can come pick up that application and they can come pick up the pass on a Tuesday or Thursday after they bring the consent form signed and everything. For Monday through Friday, I am going to leave a little cart outside with the consent forms. If they need it printed, they can just come outside the Wellness Center and put it in their backpack, take it home for you to sign. It's really easy. All they need to put is their name, your name, and they need your signature, and that's it. So for one-on-one support, if they have any questions, they could, and to receive the pass, it would be Tuesdays and Thursdays. To just pick up the application from outside the Wellness Center, they can come at any time during their specific student-free hours, like lunch, morning, or after school. So lo que vino en la pantalla ahorita son los recursos, es el recurso que vino de los pases de autobús. ACTA está dando a los alumnos de las edades de 6 a 18 años un pase gratuito que se puede usar en los autobuses desde septiembre hasta febrero 28. Es como un pase del día, pero por todos los días hasta que se venzan. Va a ser gratis. Por favor, si reciben uno, que traten de no perderlo, o que está robado, o que no lo usen. Miran a alguien arriba de 18 usando el pase, se puede quitar porque no tenemos exacto para nuestra escuela. Los alumnos pueden recoger las aplicaciones de lunes a viernes afuera del centro de bienestar. Voy con el carrito y voy a poner las aplicaciones si no tienen impresora en la casa. Los alumnos pueden pasar cuando ellos estén en la hora de lonche o después de escuela, van enfrente del centro de bienestar, recogen su aplicación, se la llevan a su casa y lo único que ustedes tienen que hacer es llenarla. Es nomás necesitamos el nombre de usted, de su alumno, verifiquen que el alumno tiene de 6 a 18 años y su firma. Ya para recibir el pase, me lo traen de regreso al centro de bienestar, pero nomás el martes o el jueves, porque el martes y el jueves después de escuela, yo estoy disponible para anotar que recibí la aplicación y darles el pase. So, de lunes a viernes, otra vez, los niños pueden pasar en sus horas de noche de su escuela, pero los martes y los jueves vamos a estar dando los pases de regreso. Alrighty, so mission is time for Q&A.
Yeah.
So everyone that is watching on Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and end the live. If you have questions, please come into the Zoom. So todos los que nos están viendo en Facebook, voy a acabar el vivo. So si tienen preguntas, por favor, únanse al Zoom. And I'm going to go ahead and end the recording as well, so we feel comfortable to ask questions. Voy a apagar la grabación también para que se sientan a gusto de hacer preguntas.